Hey, this is Matt Cox, and welcome to The Grind. I was doing a video, and my ex-wife called, and I recorded the whole thing on speakerphone. Wife's name is Kayla, and basically I talk to her 2-3 times a week. I mean, it goes in spurts. There have been times, like before COVID, we probably talked more, I think, before COVID, basically about my son or my mom. And my ex-wife is just, amazing. I mean, other than her being, my ex-wife and that relationship not working out, which really was her fault. She was constantly telling me, basically, stop running around on me, stop being a jerk, stop committing fraud, stop doing these ridiculous things that you're doing, stop coming home late, stop working 80 hours a week, start being nicer to me, you need to be more of a family guy. Like, she had to go, She was asking me to be a decent human being and basically be the guy that she's married to right now. And that was just never going to happen. I don't know what she was thinking. So I blame that on her. That was all her fault. Like, the idea that she thought that I was somehow going to be a decent human being at that point in my life, I mean, that's her fault. I don't know what she was thinking. That's craziness. So yeah, that didn't work out. I was just totally unwilling to change at all. So other than us not working out, she's really a nice person. Like, she came to see me when I was incarcerated. The whole time I was incarcerated, she's always gone to see my mom, my dad. She's always kept my son, not only my son, but her kids in my mom's life. It's always like even when she doesn't talk to me and I'm gone and I'm completely excluded, she's still bringing my son, her kids, to see my mother. Her kids think that my mom is their grandmother. Like, they don't seem to understand why, they don't understand we've got we got way too many grandmas. She's been a super, just like a decent human being, I don't know what she was thinking dating me. Actually, I don't think she had a chance, an opportunity to get out of that. I think basically I met her. How did I meet her? I met her. She came in to apply for a mortgage. She was dating the guy that owned the brokerage business that I was working at. I only worked there for a few months. And she came in and she was dating him, and I started hitting on her. And she kept saying, no, I'm not interested. And I just kept hitting. Every time I talked to her, I said, hey, you ready to go? You want to have dinner? What do you want? And she was like, no, don't want to have dinner. I'm dating this guy. And I was like, yeah, I know, but that's not going to work out. I mean, that guy, first of all, the guy's a jerk. Secondly, and she was like, yeah, I'm not interested. And I go, oh, okay. And then a week later, I'd go, hey, how are you doing? I'd have to call her or something. She'd go, what's up? I basically did to her what would now get me charged with, I think it's just harassment or sexual harassment, or I don't know. If she's a customer and I worked at the place and I keep asking her out, what is that charge? It's kind of a Harvey Weinstein thing, I think. The point is, I zeroed in on her, and eventually she was like, all right, we'll go to dinner. So we started going to dinner. We went to dinner, and then we started dating, and next thing you know, I couldn't shake her after that. I mean, you date me. What? She realized she hit the jackpot. So we end up getting married, and it doesn't work out because she actually, wants me to be a decent person, and that wasn't going to happen at the time. I'm not sure it's happening now. My point is this, that I was doing a video earlier, and she called, and I put her on speakerphone, and I recorded the whole thing, and this is how it went. He was leaving. He's like, I'm going to the halfway house. And I was like, are you? And he was like, yeah. This is my ex-wife right here. Let's do this. Come on. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Are you busy?
I mean, I'm doing I was shooting a video, but it's okay. I can,
Oh, no. Are you in the middle of talking on one of your podcasts here?
It's not. It's It's not really a podcast. Yeah. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I can just cut this.
Okay.
I can just cut this part out because you already ruined it for me. So I'll cut it out. What's going on?
Then why'd you answer the phone?
Because it rang in the middle of my little rant. I was doing a little rant about hope, and and then you called. So I thought, hey, what's up?
I hear you're moving, or moved.
No,
Something to that effect.
no, I'm going to move.
Yeah, but I hear you've got the apartment. You just have to move your stuff over.
No, I haven't signed the lease. They approved me. Like I was concerned that that my felonies were going to keep me from getting the apartment, but they pulled it. I have solid credit scores, and so they pulled my credit and they looked at everything and they said, okay, you're great. And it's funny because I even told the guy, hey, I have a felony. I have like a couple white collar felonies from like 15 years ago, whatever. And he was like, well, let's pull it and see. And he pulled it and he was like, nothing came up. Because, federal, first of all, they'll typically only go back about 7 years. Secondly, the federal stuff doesn't typically come up. So I wasn't sure. And even if it did, they would probably still be okay because I read the lease, and it basically said that they wouldn't exclude you for a white collar crime unless it had happened within like the last 2 years.
Okay.
So I felt pretty good going in, but that was it.
Good. That's good. See, you underestimate yourself. That's good.
Well, so I move in on the 10th.
Of November.
Yes.
Are you going to see your mom today?
No, I went yesterday. I'm going tomorrow.
Okay, then I'll go today. And you can go tomorrow.
Okay. She was grumpy.
She's been grumpy.
Yeah. She made some cracks.
Uh-oh. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. She just makes cracks. She makes these little cracks. She's like, well, how are you paying your bills? And I'm like, Mom, I sell books. I sell painting. And the books are selling? Like it's not possible. like she gives me this look like people buy books from you? It's like, yeah, Mom. I mean, we've had this conversation. I'm like, yes, I sell books and I make money on selling books, but not a lot of money. No, not a lot of money. Oh, okay. It's like, what do you mean? I mean, it's just, she's like, yeah, I don't know how Helen's done it all these years. She listen, when I got up to leave, I go, okay, well, Mom, I'd been there like an hour and a half or something. I go, okay, well, Mom.
Let me guess. She starts crying. Please don't leave her.
Oh, she does. Listen, she does. But that doesn't work with me. Like that'll work with like Helen or somebody. No, it's and you, yeah. But I'm like, she's like, you're leaving, and I go, don't. I said, I don't. I'm not gonna. I don't believe that. And she'll go, well, when are you coming back? She drops it immediately. And she does. It's funny too. Like I got up to leave yesterday. I go, okay, Mom. Well, I'm gonna go, and I stood up, and she goes, well, at least you look good. And I thought, what does that mean? What does that mean, at least? Like, you may be a scumbag, and you may be a dirtbag, but
you may be broke.
And you may be broke, but at least you're handsome. What the fuck? I mean, I walk out of there sometimes, and I just think, this is horrible. This is really bad. And the funny thing is that I look back, she's done this my whole life. Like I used to paint a painting, and I remember I'd go, Mom, and she'd come and look at the painting, and she'd be like, well, the shadow's off. Look at the shadow here. And she'd start picking it apart. And I'd be like, I don't think I ever got an attaboy from her. You're doing so good. It's wonderful. Like I see Stacy, her kids could do pretty much anything, and they're amazing. You're so smart. You're so special. You're so wonderful. It's just, I can't believe you did that, Matt. Look what he did. And it's just like, oh God.
I wonder how Cassio and the boys see me.
I'm sure you do that whole, you're wonderful, you're sweet. Oh gosh, they're so good, don't you? I see you doing that.
Sometimes.
I mean, you're also militant. I know you're also militant too. Get up, do this, do that. Have you done your chores? Have you this? But to be a parent, I mean, you got to do both.
You got to do both. I agree. You have to do both.
My mom.
But yes, I could see Grammy doing that. I don't think I've ever left there. Actually, a couple of times, Cassio has gone to visit her, and when he gets ready, he goes, "Okay, here we go." And I go, "What do you mean, here we go?" Because it's like he has to muster up all his strength. And I'm like, "What do you mean, here we go? What does that mean?" And he goes, "Oh no, I'm ready for it because there's nothing that I'm good." Like she never says anything like, "Yay, look at," he says the same damn thing. And she's getting ready to jab me with something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, "Oh, you're too skinny," or "You're too this," or "You're too that." There's always something. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I hear it. I can see it." We went to visit her, my sister, her man friend, Nick and I, and you have a picture. There's a picture in her thing when we went all to visit her.
Right.
And I warned Pez. Pez is Millie's man friend. I said, "Listen, do not take anything she says offensively. She's very blunt and very upfront about everything she says. So don't take anything offensive if she says anything negative to you. Okay? Okay. Pre-warn him." And so he's like, "Oh, okay." And I go, "Mostly she'll be throwing jabs at me." Like I literally told him, mostly she'll be throwing jabs at me like, "Oh, aren't you too old to be wearing those shorts?" Or aren't you, something. She's always, jab here, jab there. So we walk in and we're talking, and sure as the day is long, she's like, "Oh, Kayla, well, why are you dressed like that? Oh my God, because I had holes in my pants. Oh my God, do you not have money for pants? Are you broke?" And I'm like, "No, Grammy, this is the style." And we're going, and they're laughing it all up, and he's laughing really loud. And finally, she turns to him, and his eyes open really big, because as soon as she turns to him, he's like, "Oh crap, here it comes." And she's like, "Do you work? I mean, like, you're with Millie. Do you work? What do you do? Do you just stay at home?" And we're all cracking up, and he's like deer in headlights, panicking. And I'm like, "Oof, it's finally off of me. It's your turn, Paz." And he's like, No, take her back. But it was funny because it was a thing. And it is a thing. When you go visit Grammy, it's a thing.
She told me, because I said, have you seen Kayla? This was yesterday. I go, "Did you see Kayla?" And of course, Celine says, "Oh yeah, she was here yesterday." And my mom goes, "Oh, she was here yesterday." And she says, "Yeah, she was wearing some skimpy shirt, some tight jeans or something." I forget what she said. And then she said, "She looked very pretty. She's very pretty." And she just looks at me like, "You really fucked that up." She gave me this sideways look like she's very pretty. And just gave me this look. And I'm like, she didn't have to say it. I know what she's thinking. But you really fucked that up.
What she's going to say before she says it, right?
Oh yeah, it's
too funny.
It's funny.
She's too funny. But she's sweet. That's just her. You just have to, and you're not like she is. Just FYI. Yes.
I mean, I guess I don't.
You're a lot like she. You've got a combination. You've got a combination of your father and your mother.
Listen, I said last night I was talking to Jess, and we're having a good conversation, and she was saying, I gotta start going to the gym, and you understand that she wakes up at like 4:30 or 5, and then she gets to school because she's just used to it. You get used to it in prison, so.
That's right. She's been to prison.
Right, and then she used to go to work at like 6, right? She used to have to be there at 6, but now she goes to school. She has to get there at like 8. So what happened is, but she's like, I still wake up that early. She's like, I just get ready and I kind of do this and do that, maybe do some schoolwork, whatever. And then she said, so then I go to school, because she goes to school 5 days a week. So she goes, then I go to school. She said, and then of course at 3:30 she gets out of school and she goes home, changes her clothes, and goes straight to work. She works till like 10:30 or 11 every night, sometimes 12. Oh, listen, she's just nonstop. And here's the thing, like, obviously, I'm not a rah, you're doing amazing type of guy. So even when I do say it, the look in her face is like, you don't really believe that. Like, why are you saying this? You don't really think that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it doesn't come off genuine. Right. It doesn't come off genuine. And so she doesn't take it as being genuine. She takes it as being like, she's suspicious. So,
sarcastic. Yes, I could see that.
right. So last night, and I don't know how this came up, she was complaining she needs to start working out. She goes, I haven't worked out in weeks. And I went, well, I mean, you're still waking up at like 5, right? She goes, yeah, like 4:30 or 5. And I went, when do you go to work? When do you go to school? And she goes, like, I have to be there by like 8. And I went, well, I mean, it's not like you don't have time. I mean, you could do it in the morning. And she just, well, I was just saying, like, to me, I wasn't thinking.
God, you are so, like, I would have ripped you to shreds.
And that's not her style. Instead, she goes, this is the only time, listen, honestly, this is maybe the 3rd time ever she's actually come back at me. She goes, oh, because I'm not busy enough, because I don't work 40 hours a week. She goes, plus go to school another 30 to 40 hours. She goes, because I'm not utilizing my time correctly. Is that what's going on? Is that it? And I was like, she goes, because I don't work every weekend, because I need to, she goes, because I get to see, what, I have plenty of time on my hands? Is that what's happening? And I went, oh, Jess, listen, I immediately realized, oh, wow, I totally fucked up. And I was like, baby, I'm sorry. She's like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go. I was like, no. I tried so hard to backpedal. So hard. And she wasn't.
Before you talk, that's like so obvious, though.
I mean, I wasn't thinking. I was just kind of, in a way, I was honestly just joking around, like kind of teasing her. But it absolutely.
There's certain jokes that you just don't joke with. Certain things that you just don't joke with.
Yeah, it absolutely did not come off that way. And as soon as I said it, I realized, yeah, that didn't come off cutesy or funny. It came off straight asshole. So anyway, anyway, you know, I gotta be.
There's where your mom comes out, where
Yeah.
you're just like saying things without really thinking how they might affect someone else.
Yeah, I know. It's just stupid.
I apologize. You groveled.
Of course I groveled. Of course. It doesn't do any good. Look, she sees through me. You know, she's been surrounded by criminals and criminal, you know, mentality and manipulation, and she just completely doesn't believe. Everything I say is taken with
a grain of salt.
Yeah, exactly. More the suspicion. She's highly suspicious, and it's constantly the sideways glance. I'm like, oh, you look nice today. Mm-hmm. I said, what the fuck? What? You look good. And she's like, yeah, all right, let's go. I can't say anything complimentary. It's because she's like, mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Anyway,
that's funny.
We'll see. But you know, I'll work her over. It'll be fine. She'll love me in a couple of days. Fine.
I'm sure you're very good at that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Mooks. I love it. Anyhow, so how's your work life?
I mean, it's fine. I've got a meeting on Friday with a podcast company in Los Angeles, and if that works out, then I might be going to Los Angeles maybe, whatever, a few days a month, like 2-3 days a month, let's say. I don't really have any idea. I'm just making that up. I don't know. It might be a week. It might be a day. I don't know. Point is, I'll have to go to Los Angeles and shoot podcasts, but it's like a real professional podcast company. Like the kind that did like Serial, that did like Dirty John, that did like the big time podcast. Like this is a production company that can actually get me in front of like millions of people. So if that works out, and I hope it does, because I'm excited, then that may help boost some of these stories. And then I have another one that I have a documentary that we have to shoot a sizzle reel for. It's like kind of like a trailer for a documentary for one of the guys that I did. And if that does well, these people do documentaries for Netflix. So if that does well, then I don't know where that may lead. So I don't know. And that's basically it. That I'm doing paintings. I'm making videos. That's what I do.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do the comedy thing?
Okay, the comedy thing, what happened with that was, one of them was called Brothers in Cursive. I did that one. The other one was called Kill Tony. They have it at the comedy club in LA. Or Side Splitters, or I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's a big time. It's like the big time one in LA. So here's the problem: is I had a meeting with a producer at like 9 o'clock at night, 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And so by the time they called me, like they never told me when it was. By the time they called me, they said show up at 7. Well, even if I showed up at 7, even if I was on the podcast, it didn't start till like 8. Well, even if I was on it for, let's say I was on it a real short period of time, let's say 30 minutes, I then had to get to the production to meet the producer. I didn't have enough time. Like there wasn't nearly enough time for me to do all of that and meet the producer. And to be honest, I needed to meet the producer. That's something, doing some, plus, listen, I wasn't thrilled. You have to stand up for like a minute and do like a comedy routine. Fuck you.
I would have loved to have heard that.
I would rather go in Bank of America and apply for a loan.
You agreed to it from the get-go.
Because I thought I was going to be able to do it. I was going to do it. Oh, listen, I do all kinds of stuff that I hate. I work out every day. I hate it. Jump out of
I saw your podcast on that, and I'm like, why in the world does he go if he hates it?
I'll jump out of an airplane. I hate it. I mean, I do things all the time that I hate. I don't stop because a situation makes me uncomfortable. I'm not going to not do it. I'll do it. I mean, you know.
I guess that's a great trait.
Yeah, it's horrible, but it actually feels horrible. But yeah. You think I don't want to sleep in until 7 or 8 in the morning? I'd love to do that. Just not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys get up so damn early in the morning. For what reason? I have no clue.
I had a guy in the comments say that was like torture. He's like, this guy gets up before it's even light out. He's like, that's like self-imposed torture.
Yes, that is. That would be me, Kirk. I would not.
But
I would not.
But like Jess and I have to get up that early because they turn the lights on at 6, and if you want to be able to get breakfast before they open the yard, you have to. I have to be out of the unit by 8.
So why get up so early?
Because the COs are going to turn on the lights at 6. You got to get up.
Okay, why up at 4 and wait until the lights come on?
I don't know. You just do. You have to, first of all, you got to get in line to get coffee. You have to get in line to get all your stuff together. You have to get in line to do everything. You want to take a shower? There's a line. There's lines in everything. The prisons are overcrowded. You have to get up and get in line.
Oh my God.
You got to get up.
Oh my God. That's nuts. But I mean, you figure now you've lived a year plus outside of prison. Your body shouldn't it get accustomed to now being free?
Listen, 90% of the richest people in the world get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Now, I made that statistic up, but it sounds reasonable. It sounds good. It's probably true. I think I heard it somewhere.
I don't know where you would have heard it, but okay.
I listen to a lot of motivational stuff on YouTube. Coffee.
No, you mean not though. Well, I don't know. You're crazy. What time do you go to bed? 6? 7?
No, I go to bed at last night I went to bed at 12:30. Sometimes I try and go to bed at 10, but it just never seems to work out.
Energy. I don't understand.
It's coffee. I drink 6 or 7 cups of coffee every single day.
Holy shit. That's not good either.
Well, no, it's probably rotting my insides, but I look good. I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years old. I'm 51. I'm 51.
You've got to be doing Botox or something.
I've been saying 50 for like 6 months. I'm 51. That's not bad. 51, I'm dating a chick that's 18 years younger than me. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Listen here, buddy.
Yeah.
When you came out, you took a picture of yourself.
Right.
And you were all wrinkly and I was like, oh my God, he's aged and
That's because I weighed 150 pounds. Oh, now I'm 168, 160. I need to lose 5 or 6 pounds.
No, you don't. You look anorexic then. Gross.
Hey, did you see the video where I mentioned Nick?
Yes, I did. He didn't like being mentioned.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
I didn't even show him that video. He would flip out.
That is hilarious.
What the hell? Why is he mentioning me? Why is my name in his mouth?
You keep my name out your mouth. That's what you do.
Jeez.
That's what the black guys used to say. You keep my name out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Girl, that would be Nick. What the hell? What the fuck? Why is he talking to? But why? Why are we part of his life still?
I just can't get rid of this guy.
Yeah, that's basically it. Why can't we get rid of him? Cass is grown and gone. Now we don't need to speak to him. Period. Why are you talking to him?
Oh my gosh. You know what's funny? You know what would be really funny?
No, don't you dare.
Since I've been recording this entire conversation, is that I should just keep this as a part of my vlog. That would be funny.
Matt.
And you're on speakerphone.
Matthew.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be funny.
It'll be funny. You've been so awesome this whole conversation. It's great.
I swear to you, if you freaking put this on anything.
Okay. Love you, Kayla. I gotta go.
I'm not kidding with you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, don't.
So, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and buy a t-shirt, buy a book, share it, share the video, send it to some friends, and leave a comment for my ex-wife and let her know how great she was. She was great. That's good stuff. See ya.